Major concerns about a vaccine given to many teen girls this morning.
This is a landmark decision that we have to talk about this morning. It is the first ever court award in a vaccine
191 million people with at least one dose.
I think that vaccines have to be considered the bargain basement technology for the 20th century.
They're playing you like a fiddle in a band.
When did conspiracy theory become a thing?
You've lost your minds.
Listen, the powers that are out there cause as much fear, suffering, hospitalization, and death.
People are losing their life. Look in the mirror.
Man, I never knew.
Look in the mirror.
I, for one, believe that we were subjected to a series of carefully planned psychological operations. We've seen the fear propaganda move from the Hun to communism to terrorism. I think it started with the rollout
We've got
of
a
the virus.
of the wealthiest people in this country.
Hades in a handbasket.
Bill Gates or that little chicken dick.
Because there wasn't a lab leak. This was an intentional bioweaponization of spike proteins to inject into people to get them addicted to a pan-coronavirus vaccine. This has nothing to do with a pathogen that was released in every study that's ever been launched to try to verify a lab leak is a red herring. We need to increase public understanding of the need for medical countermeasures, such as a pan-coronavirus vaccine. A key driver is the media, and the economics will follow the hype. We need to use that hype to our advantage to get to the real issues. Investors will respond if they see profit at the end of the process.
The establishment says, "Booga shaka munda, booga kinga, booga laka booga blah 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 blah."
What would I have done?
Yeah.
I would have done a legitimate investigation to find out what exactly happened on 9/11. How did they know who did this so quickly like they did Lee Harvey Oswald?
Who's going to investigate the investigators? Who's going to investigate the prosecutors? Who's going to hold them accountable? Who's going to hold us public officials accountable? And that's all we're trying to do here, in addition to trying to find the truth.
Do you honestly and truly in your heart believe that Sandy Hook actually happened? Yes or no? All right, number two.
And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Because you'll be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
It's only just begun.
Yeah. What happened? We're ready to go. Oh, okay. I thought you got something cool on your phone. No.
All right. We're here with Hoss.
Yeah, all right, Hoss. What's up, guys?
We'll keep you at Hoss.
Hoss is at works.
Yeah. All right, we brought you in for one thing and kind of one thing only, COVID.
COVID. I love
start
studying
with it?
COVID.
Where'd you start with the whole thing? Like March came around.
Like
Where
he's
was your break?
day one. He's day one. We're going back to day one. Well, he's March 2020.
Yeah.
I was into a little bit before that, tiny bit before that. You know, they're talking about this possible outbreak that's coming. Right, like it's coming, right?
Yeah.
It's happening in China, coming here, and then you saw the numbers, and you're like, yeah, it's a little scary. It's not that nobody has it though, right? Yeah. And then it starts to spike in New York, right? New York spiking. It makes sense. Those people live on top of each other.
Yeah.
And it's not spiking anywhere else. They're like, hey, we got to close everything down for 2 weeks, which I actually agree with a little bit.
Really?
Right. Only because at that point in our country, our hospitals couldn't handle, in New York couldn't handle the crazy shit that was happening. They didn't know what to do. There were a lot of cases. They were getting overrun. The 2 week thing of not go to school and just chill out, I'll give you that one, right? To let the hospitals
15
catch
days.
up.
15 days to flatten the curve.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that a little bit. If every school district wants to get together and say, hey, we're gonna take 2 weeks off. During those 2 weeks, I drove across country. I was like,
brag.
I'm out. Because I said, when else are we going to be able to just take 2 weeks of no lacrosse, nothing? Yeah. So we drove across country with national parks and like just. Damn. I'm getting in the middle.
Were
of
they
nowhere.
open at that point still?
It was weird. As we were driving out there, I took my whole family. We're driving out there, and they started closing shit. Whew. Like as we're going out.
Personal question: how's Bay on this?
Dude, Bay was like, we can't do this, and I'm like, this is the greatest time.
No,
to do
in
this.
general,
on COVID.
with COVID.
With COVID,
how was Bay at the start on COVID?
She was in my camp. She was on my side the whole time.
Okay.
She was like, hey, we looked at numbers.
What a patriot, dude.
Yeah.
We looked at numbers and we're like, nobody has this, right? If you look at the number of people that have it, yes, the hospital's getting overrun. Yes, this is happening. It's happening in New York. We were in a hot county, which was Montgomery County, which was like 15 cases or something.
Yeah.
You know, this is back when, if you look at the numbers now, it was zero essentially. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, let's just go across country. We will quarantine by ourselves for 2 weeks in the middle of nowhere. And we actually we packed up 2 weeks worth of food because we didn't know what was happening. We're like, hey, we're going to be in the middle of nowhere. We're going to go to Arches National Park. We're going to go to Rocky Mountain National Park. We're just going to see the country.
Yeah.
And not worry about missing school, not worry about missing work because everybody's off. And it was a great experience. As we're driving out, though, we had a reservation Airbnb in Moab. Moab's like, yo, no visitors. You can't come to Moab. So they're canceling our shit. So we actually only ended up going to Rocky Mountain National Park, and we just stayed there for 2 weeks.
Damn, that's not bad.
Because the woman whose Airbnb we were at, you know, she's like, I can't rent this. Like, it was getting worse. And we got like 3 feet of snow. We didn't get snow that winter, if you remember. The kids were like, oh my God, it's great. We went sledding in the national park. It was a nice little 2 weeks. I'm not gonna lie, it was cool. And again, nobody had it at that point.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Trump's got to say something, and Trump's like, we're gonna get this vaccine. I'm gonna bypass FDA rules and regulations to get this vaccine going faster.
Yeah.
Then you start hearing that, hey, they've never been able to develop a coronavirus vaccine. They tried to develop a vaccine for SARS-CoV-1.
They've been on this forever, right?
What's that?
They've been on these fucking flu vaccines forever.
At least 20 years from the first.
SARS-CoV-1 was 2002.
Yeah, that was when we first saw the Asians with masks on.
Yeah.
Yeah, SARS-CoV-1, that one kind of was weird in that it killed people like in general, like, the highest death rate was like people between like 40 and 65. Yeah. For some reason, older people and young kids, like that one didn't affect, but they worked on a vaccine for that one.
Yeah.
And nothing made it past animal trials. Okay. Well, now this one comes and Trump's like, yo, let's skip all that. Right?
Yeah.
He's like, let's skip it all. Like,
well, I got fact checked on that.
What do you mean you got fact checked on it?
Someone said the Associated Press released a fact check on that saying they did not skip animal testing. They just did it congruently with human testing. So that's their debunking. Just so you know.
And that is a possible debunk. The problem is, even if you do it concurrently,
you're still skipping animal
You're
testing.
still skipping a time for if ADE is a thing, antibody-dependent enhancement, also known as pathogen repriming. If that's a thing, you don't know if that has taken effect yet.
Yeah.
It's not possible to do the full safety evaluation in that brief period of time.
And this is why you don't vaccinate during the pandemic.
That's actually a different reason why I don't vaccinate during a pandemic, but similar. The reason you don't vaccinate during a pandemic, some virologists believe, and we don't know this stuff. The smartest guys in the room, much smarter than me, don't know this stuff.
Yeah.
But there's some theory that, let's just say everybody got a vaccine for coronavirus and your body's now killing coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Well, coronaviruses mutate, and coronavirus's life cycle is so much shorter than a human's life cycle. So if you believe in evolution, which I do, right, their evolution is faster because their life cycle is faster. And so if you believe in natural selection, if you're immunized against whatever alpha strain, whatever the original strain was, your body's killing that one. So now you got a couple little beta strains in there. And now those beta strains are now replicating because the vaccine isn't killing those people as much. So you actually get more strains from vaccines, which is why some people suggest not to actually do this during a pandemic.
Yeah.
And so if you look at like where the first variants came from, South Africa, the UK, where they were doing.
How the fuck are they testing for them?
How,
like they don't even have the COVID fucking test down. How are they testing for the Delta variant now?
So apparently what they do, because that was asked to the Saki's replacement.
Yeah,
and she didn't have
that.
She didn't have an answer.
Apparently, she just said the scientist said so.
Yeah, what they do is they take certain cases, they send it to the CDC, and then they do it, and then they extrapolate that data. So if they took 1,000 people that tested positive for COVID, and they did their test, and then they got that it was the latest strain, then now they assume 85% is, which is fine. That's actually not bad science.
Yeah.
To do that, to take a sample size of 1,000 and say, hey, 850 people have Delta, Gamma, whatever you want to call it. That's actually not bad science. Now they say there's a new one, Lambda. It's out of Chicago.
Right. Yeah. The Ligma variant.
Yeah, Billy calls it the Ligma.
Yeah.
So you think the variants are real?
They're real, except again, nobody knows these answers, and I'm not claiming to know them.
Yeah.
The variants are definitely real. However, they're variants of the same thing. So I believe that there's studies out there that show SARS-CoV-1, which was in 2002, people have immunity to SARS-CoV-1 17 years later, 20 years later.
Yeah,
strong immunity.
You get vaccinated after you've already had it a year later.
What's that?
They're making people get vaccinated a year.
You talk about currently.
He's saying the old one.
That's what I'm saying.
They never had a vaccine for that one though. They never had a vaccine for that. Because it didn't make it past animal trials. But there's a study out that people that had SARS-CoV-1,
the actual disease, not
the actual
vaccine.
disease that had it, that they still have antibodies in their system from it.
And from swine flu, they say.
Yes. That's what our bodies do.
Because I got bodied in what was that, 09, 08?
Yeah, you were fucked.
I was fucked up. I had a severe, I might have had that. I had a wild flu. And I've never felt sick this whole year. I've never felt sick the whole coronavirus.
I had an ear infection during it, and they're like, we got to give you and I don't get sick very much at all, thanks to my sauna city, though, but whatever.
I digress.
But I did get an ear infection, though, and I took antibiotics for the first time in 10 years. But we got to give you a coronavirus test. I'm like, guys, I don't have coronavirus. I definitely have an ear infection.
Yeah.
I'm well aware of, I do have a low-grade fever. It's not coronavirus. I don't have a cough. My ear is killing me.
Yeah, the fucked up shit that's going on now, New York's doing it, Spade's going through it. I don't know if he told you, but
yeah, I called Joe right in the morning after I got eviscerated.
They're trying to ask him for a wedding where he's a potential best man because he won't get vaccinated.
And you're not going to go.
I don't. It's in April, so hopefully maybe
get vaccinated.
Maybe
April of next year.
Yeah, maybe people's minds will change.
Who knows?
You know what I mean?
I really believe that we have about 3 weeks left of realizing the emperor's not really wearing clothes.
Oh,
you think,
really?
You think the good guys are going to win?
We think we're at a great awakening.
I think it's starting to happen now.
Don't
the
tease
lies
me,
are getting
bro.
insane.
What's that?
The way Fauci's lying is, at this point, if you're still sitting there fucking trust the science, you're a dickhead.
Well, dude, Hoss knows a ton of this stuff about the science, and I definitely want him to get into that. But the main thing that I'm afraid of is the lasting effects of the government control.
It's just going to be like
the
Patriot
passport,
Act.
All this stuff, and it's what this sickness doesn't require that response. So I'm going, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
Because they're getting full on with passports and stuff in the UK.
Yep.
It's gonna be health passports connected to your financial information and your social media.
And to your point, that never goes away.
Yeah, and that shit's terrifying. If they start doing that here, we're fucked. I'm out in the woods.
Yeah. Never let a good crisis go to waste.
Yeah, for real.
That's what governments always try to expand their power. They always have been.
Yeah, I think this will just be like the Patriot Act. Same thing with the airports.
But the Patriot Act has yet to be overturned.
I know.
And it's Democrat, Republican, they all keep signing up saying that we're not giving up that power of violating Fourth Amendment rights, which is wild
thing to have. Yeah,
and it's wild to me that people want to sign up for any of these government interventions. I just don't know when the government's ever really helped us. You look at the Tuskegee experiments.
Yeah.
CDC did those. Oh, let's trust the CDC.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, they're putting the worst ads out for all that shit. They put ads out for minorities and stuff, and it's insane how bad they are.
What do you think about all the drug companies controlling the media with all their commercials and all that stuff?
It's scary.
Okay.
Yeah, it's scary. I'm not one of these guys that believes there is a group of really rich people that are trying to
Depopulate.
AI.
Create AI.
Looks like it a little bit right now.
I can see where people get that from, right?
Yeah.
But I do believe that everybody has the best interest in mind. I believe that. Like even this Fauci guy.
Yeah.
Dr. Paul Offit. These guys, I believe they believe what they're saying. I happen to think they're wrong.
Yeah.
But I believe they believe it, right? And I don't think they're being malicious. I just think they think that vaccines are an answer. And I think they're a potential answer.
Well, that was the shit that my buddy's girl was saying was like, how are we going to get out of this if you don't get vaccinated? That was her like comments to me. Like, this is our way out. And I'm
How
like,
do we get out of the flu of 1918?
but I'm like, there's no proof that that's the way out. I think these guys are just cashing in and viruses just run their course. And I don't think virologists know what the fuck viruses do to you.
They don't.
You know what I mean? Like,
and the more rabbit holes I go down of real studies.
That's why we brought you on, because I'm in La La Land, dude. I think they're trying to create human-animal hybrids.
The more I'm becoming actual anti-vaccine for all vaccines, right?
Yeah.
And so you look at, look, I got 4 kids, and we did our research beforehand, and we're armed, and we did our research on the vaccines. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but I retained a good amount of it. So we'll just talk about Hep B for a second, right? Hepatitis B.
Yeah, why the fuck are you giving kids that?
Exactly. So hepatitis B, for those who don't know, it's a disease you get from sex or IV drugs.
Yeah.
When do we give it to kids?
Who's bringing that to the table? I want to find the doctor who's like, yo, we should probably vaccinate that for Hep B, just in case.
Yo, we give it to kids that are 6 hours old. 6 hours old.
Yeah.
You get born and they give you Hep B, right? So we actually declined that test. We had to sign all this stuff saying we declined it. And I said to the doctor, the pediatrician, I said, why are we giving Hep B to a 6-hour-old kid when you can only get it from IV drugs? And by the way, they hate informed parents.
Oh, yeah.
From IV drugs or sex. And they're like, well, that's just when we know we have them in our care. And I was like, well, guess what? If I'm the worst parent ever, I'm good until 12.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll bring them back before they're 12 to get the Hep B shot. And then I said, if I bring my child back at 12, will they get the same dose as the kid that is 6 hours old and 6 pounds? Yes.
What the fuck?
And I'm like,
How
wow.
do babies even survive?
Dude, they get fucked up. If you ever listen to these parents talk, they go into back spasms. They start fucking having migraines.
Jesus. Not from the Hep B. The Hep B actually is one of the safer shots, though.
Okay,
I don't rip
from some shots.
Yes. I don't want to rip on the Hep B shot because it's actually not that dangerous. Just like polio is not that dangerous of a shot. It's just funny that we give it to a 6-hour-old kid who, like, they don't have any benefit from it at 6 hours old. And their answer is, oh, well, that's what we have in our care. Like, that's not an answer for me.
Yeah.
That answer says, hey, a lot of parents suck, so we're just going to give it to a 6-hour-old kid. I'm sorry, that's not good enough for me.
Yeah.
I'll come back. And look, we will come back and get Hep B for our kids. I just,
How many do they give a kid, like, off the rip? If you say yes to everything, how many shots you get?
They say 72.
Right, I think it's 76. From 0 to 5 years old, you get 76 inoculations.
And
Total
when the
inoculations.
fuck did that start?
It's been ramping up. When I was a kid, it was 23, right? And now it's up to 76. And so they added varicella, which is chickenpox. Again, one of the safer vaccines. And the reason they give chickenpox vaccine is like the government has to do a cost-benefit analysis. The CDC, who's really just the marketing arm of Big Pharma, they have to give you the benefit of not having varicella. And the benefit they came up with was moms don't have to take off of work.
Wow. Dude.
And it's like wait, like
capitalism.
That's the benefit. Like the benefit isn't like kids are dying from it. The benefit isn't like the benefit is that moms don't have to take off of work.
Moms can be badass at the workplace. For
like that's
Girl
where we're
boss.
at. Like that's the benefit. And then the where I really realized that the Big Pharma, I call it Big Pharma, and they are.
That's what we call it.
I know, but they are like.
Dude, I dropped dumpsters at Merck's fucking headquarters up there on like in Limerick or whatever. That's Big Pharma. That place is fucking huge.
I sell all those manufacturing plants. I worked at them.
Yeah.
I worked at J&J for a little bit. And I'm not saying the people who work there are evil. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that they spend more money on marketing than they do on research. They have PR.
Is that for real?
For real. They have PR on lockdown. On fucking lockdown they have it, right? And so I realized their influence when Dr. Andrew Wakefield, he is the guy that found this link between the MMR vaccine and autism, right? The alleged link.
Is that the guy from Vaxxed?
The guy from Vaxxed, right? And so he does a documentary, and I watched the documentary. Phenomenal documentary, right? And if you watch the documentary, not only do you see all these parents that have kids developing normally and developing naturally.
Yeah.
They get a shot, spike a high fever, go crazy, and the kid is not the same. And you're talking regular DAs and police officers and educated people.
Was that the one De Niro was pushing and then completely backed off?
That's the scariest thing.
That's his own film festival.
The Tribeca Film Festival. He's out there with a press release saying, we're going to have Vax at our film festival. I'm very excited for it. It's got a lot of information in it. And then 2 days later, it turns out, Andrew Wakefield was discredited and we're not going to play it at our festival.
Swap.
And it's like, and that's where, hey, freedom of speech is being quashed, right? And if you can't handle the freedom of speech because you don't want to debate the topic, that tells me you're wrong.
Yeah.
And if somebody says to me, hey, I would never quash anybody's freedom of speech. If you want to talk about how great Marxism is, you're wrong. I'll debate it with you, though.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to just say that guy shouldn't be able to say that. Yeah. He should be able to say that. And I can debate with him about why it never works and that human nature doesn't allow it to work. Once you get above 200 people, you'll never have true socialism. Although I technically think we're kind of living in socialism in America right now. I think we're socialism. And the more freedom you have, the more prosperous a society.
This might be the most coherent podcast we've had so far.
Oh, yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in school.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Sorry for lecture.
No, this is good, Hoss.
No, keep it coming.
We need the info because people call us fucking dumbasses all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this happened to me in real life. I'm in a crowd of people, and I'm just crab swirling. And I'm coming back with the best stuff that I can, but, like, if you were there.
The shit I don't get is what she says is, if you don't get vaccinated, you could transfer it to 5 other people, and those 5 people might come in contact with the cancer patient, and they might die. It's like, or the person with cancer might die of cancer because he has fucking cancer.
Yes. Well, they can't get the vaccine. That's the deal.
They have fucking cancer. They have bigger fish to fry.
I hear you, but I mean, this is what she's saying to me.
It's just a stretch for them to say that, then you turn around and be like, my uncle got fucked up by it, and it's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's insane.
It is insane, and when I have debates with people like that, because I debate everybody.
Yeah.
I just try to give them nuggets of information, and hopefully they go look at it. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh. Like I heard a great nugget, I think, today. And the nugget today was Gibraltar, small country, like 40,000 people.
Yeah.
They're the most vaccinated country on the planet. They're 106% vaccinated. Why is it 106? Because they have a lot of Spanish people that work there, and they're all vaccinated.
Yeah.
And so there's actually more vaccines administered than people.
Yeah.
But the country's 99.99% vaccinated.
Are they UK kind of?
It's kind of. I don't know the exact relation.
Yeah, whatever. It's something like that, though.
It's not an island. It's right where the Strait of Gibraltar that meets the Atlantic Ocean meets, and all kinds of ships go through there. It's a huge.
They have monkeys.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of monkeys. I've been to Gibraltar. Went there on the honeymoon.
Oh, you're bragging.
Anyway, they're now on the CDC's list of places to not go because COVID's too high.
Yeah, that's insane.
And it's like you're 100% vaccinated.
And then you can't blame that on non-vaccinated people. Like
that's
their shit right now. It's like the non-vaccinated people are why this is spreading. Okay, explain Gibraltar.
Well, the shit that fucked me up was she was like, "We should be doing what Australia is doing."
No.
And I was like,
they're sending the military.
I know she's saying this, and I'm just like staring at her like,
that's a brainwashed person.
And I'm just going like, what the fuck are you talking about? But when you go in the house, it's NPR's on real low all day, all fucking day. You're trying to watch a football game, NPR's on.
What people don't realize about the Australian style lockdowns that are happening. I mean, first off, nobody's realizing the protests that are happening because nobody's coming to the protests.
They shut them down right before all this shit went down.
This week's Paris, Berlin.
I mean, have you seen
London,
these protests that are not being covered on any
This is what
network?
makes me bummed out about America. I don't see any of this.
Yeah, there was like a nationalist uprising.
But I agree with you. Like, I would like to see some more uprising in this country of hate, but they haven't done anything to us yet. They've never mandated it because they're not allowed to legally mandate it. Although Biden's DOJ says you can, even though you can't. Whatever.
He said he was never going to mandate a vaccine either.
Who
on
said
record.
Whatever.
They're
all liars.
They all change their mind every 20 minutes. You know, hey, if you're vaccinated, you need to wear a mask. Obviously, that changed. You know, but the point is though, in this country, they really haven't done. They haven't done much to us though.
Yeah.
Like, people look at us, and I agree. We're not as free as some people think we are. Some people are like, freedom. Like, dude, we're not that free. You need a permit to put a sign up at your business, to just change the letters on the sign. I need a permit from that. That's a different story, but we're not that free. But if you look at some of these other countries, god damn, we got some freedom. So like right now,
dude, we don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on in Paris. Like, I don't know what they've been protesting for like a year and a half.
So they're mandating vaccines for workers.
But they were doing the yellow vest shit.
Yeah, they
before
were doing this shit before.
And it's wild, and people are speaking up against it. Now here, what they're doing is they're trying to like, well, you're gonna lose your job. You know, you can't now. New York City said, in order to go into restaurants.
He was just there.
What's that?
I couldn't go to a bunch of stuff in New York.
It doesn't start till August 16th.
No, it wasn't mandated.
They're doing it as like a virtue signal.
The owners were like,
the owners did.
We're doing it.
Which hey, I support them if they want to do that crazy shit. Like,
I just think it's a wild move.
It is a wild move, and
especially in a tourist city.
So you want to give up half your market share because I'm the guy. The Shake Shack guy just came out and said that.
Did he?
The Shake Shack guy.
He's always giving De Blasio fucking burgers to eat. You ever see videos of De Blasio eating burgers?
It's the worst, dude.
It's the worst.
Yeah, and I think they were giving out $100.
Fucking long fingers.
Yeah.
Oh god,
he's a fucking mutant.
I think they were giving out $100 to get vaccinated too. I don't know that.
I think now they're giving $100 out. I mean, they're literally bribing us here.
Yeah.
And now
for a deadly virus.
A deadly virus?
Well, that's how they portray it. It's like a deadly virus that they're going to pay me $100 to get
right.
The new Delta variant, by all data, shows that it's so much less deadly than
dude. You couldn't have said this to this chick. Right? She was like, healthy 30-year-olds are dying of healthy 30-year-olds.
Show me.
Healthy 30-year-olds are dying of the Delta, and when you end up in the hospital, you'll be begging me for treatment. And we can prevent it now if you just get the shot.
I had a debate last night in that I was over friends of mine house. I'm more friends with her than I am with him. Yeah. He's my boy, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But like I've known her for years, right? And so she's like, yo, we're talking vaccines. My husband thinks I should get it. I'm trying to, not use names, right?
Yeah.
My husband thinks I should get it only because of social pressure that they're getting, right? And so I was like, I'll be right there. So I stopped by. I show her some videos.
This is fucking sick, dude.
Right? You're like the Navy SEALs.
to have this dude on call.
I stopped by. I show her some videos. I show videos to her husband of Fauci worrying about ADE, about Offit worrying about ADE, about the fact that right now I've been keeping track of like the last 2 weeks of people that I've heard about that are testing positive. And my count was 15 to 2 vaccinated were positive to 2 unvaccinated.
Yeah.
And then, we're debating all of whether or not you should get the vaccine, right? And I think I saved her from getting it, right? She's not, her husband who did get the J&J kind of, I'm like, look, if you're going to get it, J&J is the one to get, even though they got more of the blood clots. The other ones have it too. They're just better at PR.
Yeah.
Because it's J&J's first vaccine ever, right? Hey, by the way, J&J has paid billions of dollars in lawsuits for asbestos and talcum powder.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the companies that we're supposed to trust all of a sudden.
Yeah.
The only company that hasn't paid out a huge settlement is Moderna because they're a new company.
Yeah.
Right? And Moderna comes from modern RNA, and like they were made just to make...
For cancer.
They were just made for RNA vaccines. The company was set up to research mRNA vaccines because some people think that's the future. And maybe it is. I think we got a long way to go, though. Anyway, so he tells me a story. A coworker of his goes to a wedding in Vermont, the most vaccinated state, and the bride and groom, similar to what's happening to you, want every person at the wedding to show proof of vaccination before they can go. 100 people go to the wedding, including my buddy's coworker.
Yeah.
That was last Saturday. He gets the call on Tuesday. He goes, hey, a couple people that were at the wedding tested positive for COVID. You should go get tested. The bride and groom, contact all of their guests. Turns out 66 to 100 people are now positive for COVID. And everybody was positive.
Talking about, dude.
So now
what the fuck?
My 15 to 2 is now 81 to 2.
Yeah.
If you go by that.
Yep.
Look, that's why I think they have 3 weeks left of like keeping this like
the numbers are just going to keep growing astronomically. Especially if that ADE is real and the virus is getting reintroduced to people and they're actually getting sick because they're fucked from the vaccine. Everyone's screwed.
I just want to make sure I don't know ADE is real. I just say it's a very distinct possibility.
Yeah.
And
from the animal tests.
and from
Didn't they do that in the Philippines? Isn't that the thing they were saying? 600 people died.
I
I don't know what that is.
I'll look it up.
I'm not saying AD is real. It just I know an unbelievable amount of people that I know nurses that worked on COVID floors for 9 months. They signed to be a guinea pig and got the shot and somehow got COVID right after the first shot.
Yeah.
So I personally think there's, and this is a hypothesis that would have to get proven with the scientific method, that people that are getting their first shots are somehow more susceptible to getting this virus.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Like one of these girls was in the ICU. Like, she's 29 and healthy, worked on the COVID floor for 9 months, got the shot, ends up in the ICU. Like, oh, well, she must have had COVID when she got the shot, and now her body's having a reaction to it. And it's like, hey, that's plausible and possible. Then maybe you should test these people for an active COVID case before you give them a shot. You know, because of the way the mRNA, which we don't know, it's the first time ever attempted.
Yeah,
and
it got fast passed through all testing. Because that's what I'll tell my buddies will freak out. I mean, and I tell them, like, dude, this isn't FDA approved. I mean, I wouldn't even get it if it was because I don't fucking trust any of that shit anymore.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll pass?
I mean, they're talking, hey, we got like 8 weeks left and there might be an approval. Now,
that was supposed to happen in July, wasn't it?
Look, if you look at the VAERS again, you know, some people have issues with the VAERS. There's been studies done by prestigious universities saying that the VAERS data is very underreported.
Yeah,
to the tune of 1 to 10%. So anytime you see a reaction on VAERS, you need to multiply by 10 to 100. You know, 1 or 2 or 3 powers of 10, which is kind of crazy. And if you look at the number of deaths from the COVID vaccine, just on VAERS, compared to other vaccines, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. Like, it's not like, oh, it's a little bit worse than the flu shot. No, it's 100 times worse than the flu shot.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, some people like kind of think the flu shot's dangerous, and you guys are I don't know the numbers off that, but it's probably 2 powers of 10 worse than the flu shot.
That's what I don't get is, like, what was it? 80,000 people a year were dying of the flu, and there was the flu shot. The flu shot was at CVS every year. Nobody cared if I got it or not.
No.
And like, what is the difference now? You know what I mean?
The difference now
the
is
media.
Better marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
The marketing.
They have 630,000 deaths, right? Which is weird because it's cumulative. It's not per year.
Never stop talking about it. That's what I'm saying. They never stop fucking counting. The flu, you have flu seasons. There's no COVID season. They keep on counting. It makes no sense.
They just keep counting, exactly. So, like I said, now you have to take the number of 630 and multiply by 1.5. I don't agree with 630 because I think they overcounted deaths. I do think it's more deadly than the flu. I'm not somebody out there saying it is the flu.
Yeah.
It's definitely more deadly than the flu. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Is it worth changing our entire economy over? No.
Yeah, it's annoying, like, when you bring up the VAERS and people sit there and shit on it, like it's completely wrong. And then they go in to talk about cases. When you get a test, if you get a COVID test and you get 2 fucking tests, that's 2 positive cases if you get fucking positive cases. Like, if you're one guy getting 2 tests and both those tests come back positive, that's 2 new corona cases.
Yes.
So they're sitting there calling VAERS bullshit when you're saying multiply by 10 and then turn around and talk about case numbers. Like, my one buddy's worried about the Delta in Florida. He said there's 20,000 case numbers. Like, dude, how are you going to let them trick you again on this?
There is apparently, according to the case numbers, Florida has 1 in 5 every case in Florida now, right? So, again, I'm at my friend's house last night, and she's freaking out because she sees a chart of deaths on CNN. I'm like, yo, I don't know where you're getting this from. Because I look at the charts like I'm autistic.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm constantly looking. And while cases are jumping up currently right now, deaths are ticking up nationally. And I'm like, I don't know. So she's like, Joe, they put up 2 states. They put up Vermont, which is the most vaccinated state, and then they put up, she said Louisiana, because Louisiana is the least vaccinated state. And so I pulled up Louisiana's deaths, and I'm like, where's the spike they're talking about? It's like, where's the spike? They're at 15 deaths. They were at 200. Like, this isn't a spike. Not that 15 is. It's just,
dude, it's nothing.
Well, they're 15 people, but I mean, still.
It's still 15 people, but it was 200. Like that's not, and so it turns out the state was Mississippi. And now if you look at every state in the country, Mississippi does have a little bit of a spike up in deaths. It does currently.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like 25. It's still nowhere near their all-time high. I don't have it in front of me, but it's no.
So when you look on the chart, since they had such little numbers, it looks like the hockey stick.
Yes, if you look at just the last...
They're famous for making these hockey stick charts.
Oh, yes.
If you look at just the last 3 weeks, it looks like a hockey stick in Mississippi. Now, if you go back to the whole time period, you're like, oh, here's a spike, here's a down, here's a big spike, and now we're almost at zero, and then we come back up and we have a little hockey stick. Should we be worried? Maybe. But now Mississippi is also one of the fattest states in the country, and by all data, it's showing that fat people are really getting crushed by this, annihilated by it. And so let's close down gyms.
Yeah,
let's make it so you can't work out unless you're vaccinated. I mean, to me that's crazy. Is that all of a sudden we have no personal responsibility for our own health? Not all of a sudden. It's been creeping up in our lives.
Yeah.
Since
the whole
we were kids.
anti-vax movement has been like 5-6 years in the making.
Yeah, do you remember?
Ever since vax came out.
Do you
that was
remember
a slow crawl.
A couple years ago, I think it was the Golden Globes or the Oscars where they gave out flu vaccines. They made a joke to make fun of anti-vaxxers, and they were like, we have free pizza and free flu vaccines. And then the two people that were giving out the award ran off the stage and started giving celebrities flu shots. And they had nurses come down.
What?
And give it. Oh, dude, I'll show you the video. It's nuts. But that was a couple years ago. I mean, obviously, I think it's predictive programming, but, I mean, they were really going hard on anti-vaxxers right leading up to this.
And I really think that the PR has been out in such full force over this one.
Yeah.
Because I think my movement, which is, I don't call it anti-vax, but vaccine safety, like, hey, let's do a little bit more research. Let's space out some vaccines. Let's not give 76 to 0 to 5. Let's educate people. Let's actually do informed consent.
Yeah.
Like, let's actually have a debate. Those people are now growing because the COVID reaction has been so bad.
Yeah, the weird thing that my buddy's girl was giving me was like, this is public health and you need to take part in it, and like we're a group. But like normally when there's something that's this public and if it's this important, you shouldn't be able to market it. Yeah. Like these commercials shouldn't be legal. Like if they made it so that these guys, you can't advertise this stuff, I guarantee you like all this shit would go away.
No one would pay attention to it.
Yeah, because they would lose so much power.
That's the only thing that's getting played on all news channels. So if you start scrolling through, it's just all COVID.
It's
all because Pfizer, Moderna,
and all the commercials are like the psych meds, the fucking dick pills, everything.
They, I mean, so Vaxxed, when those guys, if you watch the documentary, were like, man, this whistleblower came out with this data. This data is kind of wild, right? Like, and they were ready to go. And these guys like, hey, there's a link between autism and the MMR vaccine. And their conclusion in Vax, if ever watches, we should just give it a little bit later in life. It's not even like, don't give it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the wildest conclusion is that they want to get this
maybe chill.
Eliminated.
And it used to be just measles. You used to be able to just get the measles.
You used to be able to break them up. And
break them up.
You can do measles, mumps, and rubella. And now you have to get all three at once. And I asked that question, how come I can't get measles, mumps, and rubella? And the answer they gave was not enough people spaced them out, and so you had to buy so many doses at a time,
so it's
and there's a shelf life, and we just couldn't handle that. And so then drug companies got together and said, we're only going to do MMR all in one. And it's like, oh, okay, well, way to go.
Yeah, like they shouldn't be able to do cost effective shit.
No,
it should just be like you come out with something, you get paid back for your R&D, and you get paid for each vaccine.
Yes,
and that's it.
So I think when you guys have your conversations with people that have no idea the government is not out for their best interest, right? You need to bring up like little nuggets, and I think the 1986 nugget is like the best one, right?
Yeah.
So what a lot of people don't realize is that in 1986, Congress passed the law, Reagan signed it, giving indemnity to all of the vaccine manufacturers.
And at the time, Reagan was like Biden is now.
Yeah.
He was a Looney Tune. He was fucking gone, dude.
It still passed Congress. I would hope that Reagan wouldn't have signed it and taken away our rights to sue if a vaccine happens to it, right? So now a percentage of every vaccine sale goes into a fund. And then there's a guy called a vaccine master or general master. And if you have a vaccine injury, you can't sue the vaccine companies, but you can then go to this court and get settlement. And that court has paid out for autism, by the way. It has, kids have got
with
autism.
what money?
With a portion of every vaccine, and you can't appeal that decision. You have 3 years from your injury to.
Those guys are probably playing around with that cash, getting beach houses and everything.
Oh, it's paid out billions of dollars since the inception. The point is, though, is that's when we went from like 26 to 76. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to make a product that you can't get sued over. that's an absolute cash cow for you.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Like,
can't lose.
You've seen all these drug companies, like, hey, they marketed this, like the opioids, like those guys aren't protected. So you can sue if something happens for, you've seen all the lawyer commercials.
Sackler
Did you take this? Did you have this? Like
Sackler just had to pay out. The Sackler family just had to pay out. They just paid a few bill and kept it pushing.
But you see them like, hey, all of a sudden take this drug.
Look where I live,
did you take this one? Did you take this one? You can sue.
Yeah.
You can't sue over vaccines.
It just kind of blows my mind. They can market this hard, and then you can't sue them. Like, what company gets to do this?
It's wild.
What industry gets to do this?
Imagine if car companies were like, hey, if you get hurt in our car and we did something wrong, you can't sue us.
And they still have
cars
commercials.
would be so shitty.
Yeah, dude.
Right? Because they would have no.
Back in the day, Uncle Jack got sued because someone ran into a dumpster and said that dumpster distracted me. And they were able to sue him for that.
Fine. And that should be the right to sue.
Yeah.
Our rights got taken away to sue in 1986. And so I'm just saying, if you tell people that, and they're like, no, they get confused. And then they look it up like, no, seriously, like, just say, hey, please just look up that vaccine manufacturers are immune from liability in this country.
Yeah.
Right? And because most people.
Isn't it called like the 1986 Vaccine Injury Act? It's something like that.
Probably something like
it's something like so clear, cut and dry. Like,
it was
just look
passed
it
in
up.
1986, and they did it to absolve all manufacturers from injury. But like, most Americans don't know that happened, right?
Yeah.
And as you bring that up, then all of a sudden, oh my gosh! And then you tell them, hey, why? Like, you see them again. You're like, hey, did you look that up? Yeah, I did. And they say, well, you think that they have any reason to keep their vaccine safe when they can't get sued?
Yeah, there's
right?
no quality control.
There's not at all. So now all you want to do is sell because you're making insane profit margins on it, and you can't get sued. It's the greatest industry to be in.
Yeah,
you would fight for that, and they do fight for that.
Yeah, they lobby
hard.
hard
And
as
this is the
fuck.
fighting that we're watching.
Yeah.
Is those guys have unbelievable amounts of cash.
And you watch Bill Gates giggle when he's like, vaccines have been the most lucrative thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And Gardasil's making chicks' legs fucking invert
Garda-
backwards.
Gardasil is the second worst vaccine.
Really?
Yes.
What's it for?
HPV.
Human papillomavirus, which is known as genital warts, which more than half the world has.
Yeah.
And they're marketing it to people as a ovarian cancer disease, right?
Yep.
And so there's a study out by somebody that if you have HPV, you have slightly higher chance of getting ovarian cancer. So let's give it to every chick in America from 12 up. And then they realized, hey, we should tell now people that boys should get it too.
Bro, chill.
And so then they added boys. Now they're at it like, and because they have this.
How does that even make sense?
It's a weird thing
makes
too.
no
They
sense.
say they can't test for boys.
Yeah.
So HPV is this thing
It's
you
a
can
girl's
have.
problem, bro.
Yeah, you can have it.
I said ovarian.
There's
hold
no
on.
test for dudes.
I said ovarian cancer. It's cervical cancer.
Yeah.
It's cervical cancer.
Yeah.
Same thing.
My sister,
Pussy's a pussy.
one of my sisters had a problem with this, and they were like, "You're never gonna have kids," and all this other shit. Popped out 4 kids.
What do you mean? She had a problem.
She had a problem with the HPV,
Gardasil.
the Gardasil or whatever, and then
Well, thank God
it
she
was
wasn't
nothing.
vaccinated.
She just ripped out 4 kids, no problem.
But there's a lot of girls that are getting injured from this, right? And
Yeah.
become sterile, and it's like your benefit is so small.
Yeah.
Right. So their goal is like, hey, we're going to eradicate cervical cancer, and again, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think their definition of eradication is 0.2 cases per 100,000 people. Right. We're currently like 0.6, right? Which so we're nearly eradicated.
Yeah.
Right. And so like let's just say cervical cancer cases go down, Gardasil will get the credit for it. Just like the polio vaccine. Like I was like, yo, man, like polio, like thank God we got that.
Even if COVID goes down, they'll say it's because of the vaccines.
Yes, no matter what, when COVID's over, they will credit the vaccines. And just like if you look at polio, they're like, oh man, polio got eradicated thanks to the vaccine. If I gave you guys a chart of cases of polio per person from 1880 until now, you can't tell where the vaccine came out. It was going down before.
Yeah.
And it was going down after at the same rate. You can't. If I gave you the chart and said when the vaccine came out, you wouldn't be able. You couldn't pick it out on the chart.
Yeah, it's a perfect crime.
And now polio is transmitted by drinking human feces, essentially, with a contaminated person.
Yeah, so plumbers fixed it.
Thank you. Yeah. You're right. Plumbers fixed it.
Basic sanitation.
Yes. As we shift into plumbing, as we stopped drinking from our own fecal matter.
Yeah.
As we stopped hanging out with animals as much. At per capita, the cases went down, and they went down to 0, nearly. So what's funny is we get in this country IPV, which actually is one of the safer vaccines. That's not the one that our parents got. Our parents got the active polio, which is what we currently give over in India. Why do we give in India? Because they still
they still
water.
rock and roll like that.
They still drink water out where they shit. Like they have all these people in cities. Now, if you have IPV, inactive polio vaccine, and you get polio, which is what we have all had, your body will fight it off. You'll never know you had it, but you can still shit out live virus. Your body won't kill the virus.
So it'll be in the water again.
It'll still be in the water again.
Yeah.
Which is why we give the OPV over in India, because you want their bodies to kill it. But they're getting an attenuated virus, which is what my mom got as a kid, and she got a case of polio, and now she has what they call late onset polio. So she has like a reaction to a vaccine, which has affected her entire life.
Yeah.
Right? And she got the active polio, which we're giving India. Right?
She knows the answers too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys are like from the same strain.
Yeah.
I think critical thinking is just somehow taught in our like little white trash family.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know how.
I can't deal with people like getting condescending with Spade, getting condescending with me, because when it comes to actually talking about it, fucking so dumb, go way too far. I say it's not real. So I'm like way out there, but at this point it's laughable to talk about because of how how much they've lied about it. Like, it's like, cool, I'm just going to say it's not real because at this point you guys have lied so hard, you're pretty much lying as hard as me.
But I mean, I'm not a scientist, but you don't have to be a scientist to see the tiptoe with the masks and then the lockdowns. Yeah. That's the shit that fucks me up. Yeah. Because masks don't work. The lockdowns don't work. So I'm like, what are we doing? Because this is not, they have other intentions is what I think.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And it's like, they're going back now. They're going to say, they're going to put us back in masks. We're going to hit flu season in the fall.
Yep.
They're going to blame it all on COVID again. They're going to blame it on us for not getting vaccinated.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, that's where I'm kind of with Hoss. At that point, you have a year's worth of data to look at and be like, these fuckers are lying.
Yeah, but dude, people are so fucking psyop.
Dude, I'm just telling you, 66 out of 100 people at a wedding.
Yeah.
Those stories are going to get out so much that people are going to be like, you know what? Like, for example, I'm sure you guys saw this in all of the tweets, all of the articles. You're like, an unnamed Biden official says that 90% of the people, between 98 and 99% of the people in hospitals and dying are unvaccinated. And that's just an outright fucking lie. And they cited they didn't cite a study. Yeah. They didn't cite actual data. They just cited a quote of an unnamed person.
Yeah.
And then that gets recited thousands of times. And people are like, oh, it's only unvaccinated people that are sick.
You saw that fucking tweet that was going around with all those like famous people on Twitter.
I think I might have shown it to you.
Yeah, it was a template.
The exact same tweet.
Everyone's saying the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, you never showed me that. Yeah.
Word for word, punctuation for punctuation, right? And it's like
they're basically bots.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to get this 99%.
This is part of the fucking.
Yeah, I mean, this is the shit they talk about when they get the TikTok influencers.
This is part of marketing, though, for these big pharma companies. Like, these people are getting paid by Pfizer, Moderna, and this shit to post it. Which is fucking nuts.
Social media marketing.
It's wild. It's wild nuts. I mean, they were like taking like regular Instagram influencers, like, "Hey, we'll give you $2,000 if you like talk about how great the shot is." And it's like, damn, like that's where you guys are going with this.
Yeah, that's why. Like,
how about showing me that it's good with actual data instead of just referring me to a line on a fact check that says these vaccines are tested and safe and effective. It's like, you don't even like show me the data where they're safe or effective.
Its risk reduction is insane. It's like 0.1% risk reduction after you get the shot.
There was some guy did a study that it was peer reviewed.
The Lancet just came out with that.
The one where it said for every 2 people the vaccine or for every 3 people the vaccine saves, 2 people die.
I don't know.
That was the conclusion of this study.
Yeah, it was like something about the elephant not being tossed down the room or something like that on the Lancet. And they were showing you how, like, when you take it, your risk reduction barely shifts from not taking it.
And to your point, if you look at some articles now, like there was an article, and this is 2 weeks old, but it says 47 people in New Jersey have died of COVID that are fully vaccinated. And they're like, and then they say, again, I don't have the numbers in front of me. There are 7 million people have been vaccinated in New Jersey. 49 have died. That means your chances of survival are 99.99%. And I'm like, man, that's just now. Like that number can only go up because only more vaccinated people will die, right?
Yeah.
So that's now, and that's like we just got vaccinated like 2 months ago. So like you don't have enough data to make that claim, and it's erroneous math, right?
Yeah.
But that's also almost a number from unvaccinated people.
Yeah,
Right, like I mean, yes, like I'm sure the actual number of total like people that have got it, it's probably 99.95 depending on your age group. I think like if you're over 80, it's like 81 though. Like over 80, it's definitely killing people. And if you're over 80, you should get vaccinated. I'm not like that's how you should though, right? Like because
I just let it fucking take me at that point.
I mean, hey, if you made it,
I mean,
80,
talk to me when you're 80.
Yeah.
I think when they put the kids back in masks, and if they start trying to mandate kids vaccines for
school doing
schools, if they try to vaccinate these kids for school, that's going to be something where the parents will be like, enough.
They haven't come out with a reason.
You're gonna have to whip out the textbooks, also.
And what? Do at home?
Teach. Yeah.
Do at home?
You're gonna put them in school if they mandate masks and make you vaccinate your kid?
Well, we can't because like EUA is only for 12 and under as of now.
All right.
We're doing the private school thing. And there's a little bit more say.
Yeah.
We didn't do that. We were in school the whole time last year.
Really?
So yeah.
Yeah, I was doing stuff up at Germantown Academy, and they just completely shut down.
Well, that's GA though.
That place was a ghost town.
They're crazy liberals up there though.
Yeah.
And it's weird how political it's gotten. It's weird, like even in Montgomery County, where like North Montgomery County, it's all farmers and Hicks and Trump people.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, everybody's going back. Like we're never not coming back. And then all the people in like Southern Montgomery County are doing the, hey, we're not going to have football season. We're not going to have wrestling season. Like
That's crazy.
We're not going to we're going to do 20% capacity. You're going to come in 2 days a week, whatever. They did all that stuff, right? And then.
Do you see an effect in your kids from this?
Look, I'm blessed and my kids are blessed because they have seen, like, we drove across country when it first came out, right? Like, my kids are like, great. We did 2 cross country trips during COVID.
Well, you got there's people that that are like, they're bodying their kids with this shit.
Yes. I do feel bad for other people's kids.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the fuck this is going to do them in 5 years.
Apparently, my cousin up in New York has stayed in the house for a year.
That's insane.
Yeah, school teacher. She's Zooming school.
Oh,
terrified
makes
of
sense.
Terrified of COVID. Like won't leave the house. Everything's getting delivered.
And it's like, man, can you just look at data?
But dude, there's people with that personality, and they know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
they're
whatever.
germaphobes.
Yeah, I mean whatever they're getting into, like the marketing is strong. It's military grade propaganda. That's what I think, dude.
That was a thing passed by Obama that they could put propaganda on American people. Like they can show you propaganda, and that's legal.
Yeah, but I mean, define propaganda though.
What the fuck's going on right now with like all this shit about how serious this is and how deadly it is? Like they're showing you fake shit.
Yeah, fake news. Yeah.
I mean, like
fake news to steer an agenda.
The Mississippi case I just brought up, where like they showed that chart. None of that was fake.
Well,
I'm saying
in a
the
way
they're putting it out.
Yeah,
it is. If I could, because then I was able to say, hey, look.
Like if it's built to induce fear, but then they never say like, oh, don't be scared though. Here's why this chart is misleading.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't be propaganda.
Just like the headline I saw the other day, right? The greatest headline in the history of headlines. And it says, hey, the Delta variant is killing a much lower percentage of people. That doesn't mean it's not dangerous.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it means.
That's
the
propaganda.
definition of less dangerous.
Yeah.
Is you're less likely to die from it. Definition.
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual definition is, but I imagine it would be something like, if you are less likely to die, it's less dangerous.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's almost the definition of less dangerous.
Yeah, like they're using the media to mobilize the population to do something against their interest.
Again, you guys all say that, and I see that.
The corporations, not the government, but whatever.
Don't get me wrong.
You know.
However, like they're talking about I get all of my information. It sounds so bad now, but I get all my information from Instagram. I follow these people on Instagram, right? I get it from Instagram, and then I go like I see what they wrote. I'm like, oh, is that really true? I look it up and find other sources. I don't just take like a meme I saw.
Yeah.
Right. I don't just take.
That's me.
Yeah, and start repeating. I then verified. So like my, I did see today on Instagram the whole Gibraltar thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I looked up Gibraltar. I found an article in Slate, which Slate is they're gonna and the article was how great is it to live in a country that's 99% vaccinated? I feel so free. That was April, right? And then the CDC just put them on, and that's legit. So I went to CDC's website and
so that immediately throws out the argument like the unvaccinated are killing people. And if you don't get vaccinated, you're killing people.
And the threat of the AD is if you're vaccinated, you're actually spreading more virus, right?
No. Yes and no.
Okay.
The AD, antibody-dependent enhancement. The theory is that your body makes two different kinds of antibodies. It makes what they call a binding antibody and a neutralizing antibody. What do you want as a neutralizing antibody? That's what kills virus. Binding antibody, the antibody binds to the virus and actually causes your body to create a greater inflammatory response towards now the antibody that's binded onto the virus, which is why they call it antibody-dependent enhancement, right? You need that antibody there. So the coronavirus is in history, just like dengue virus. What happens is you vaccinate somebody against it, and then when they issue it in the wild, there are a lot of these binding antibodies that are now causing the bodies to overcompensate and have more inflammatory responses to that virus, and therefore killing the host.
Fucking all that.
That's what happened with the Philippines. It was dengue.
Yeah.
Dengue was the one. Yeah. Like if you're vaccinated, you're much more likely to die if you catch it in the wild.
Yeah, 600 kids died.
The dengue virus.
Yeah.
Vaccine, which they tried. Anyway, so that's antibody-dependent enhancement. Is it happening now? I don't know, because like right now nobody's dying from it.
Yeah.
So like it's obviously not making it worse. It's also not preventing people from getting it.
Yeah.
Now how mild the cases are, the CDC doesn't even want. They don't even want to keep track of this information because they're the marketing arm of Big Pharma, and if they realize that hey, actually the number of people in the hospital are the same numbers whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, then it's all of a sudden provable that there's no effect.
So a section of our government and military is the marketing arm for Pfizer and Moderna.
Yeah, they go back and forth.
This is fucking wild, dude.
They go, but the people in the CDC used to work for those companies, and vice versa. They go back and forth.
This is the same thing that happens with the war industry.
They go back and forth.
Yeah, they go back and forth.
They're the same people. Like Dr. Paul Offit, who's an expert on vaccines, owns patents on vaccines. You think he was going to say they're not good?
Yeah.
He has.
That's all those people in Congress. They all have monetary interests to like pass shit through. They all do insider trading and fucking. They got the scoop on all these vaccines, and they push the shit through.
And they get money from the drug companies, which is, and look, I'm not somebody that wants to limit how much you can give a candidate. I believe, what was that Supreme Court case that said corporation can give money and put up ads?
2010.
It was a while ago. I agree with the Supreme Court, right? They should have that right to donate to politicians.
That was Soros that lobbied for that, to have a corporation legally as a person.
Fine, I agree with the decision though. They should, right?
Citizens United.
Where we need to get better is we need to talk to our fellow citizens and get them to think critically. I mean, that's Americans are found. That's we were founded that way.
Yeah.
Like these guys are like, hey, we want freedom, and we want to be told. We don't want somebody else with an agenda telling us what to do. We want to find out for our own. Like I think there's nothing more un-American than being a bitch. Yeah. And unfortunately, we're
it's a pussy generation.
We're just full of bitches anymore.
Yeah.
Bitches that are like, oh, they say wear a mask. Instead of being like...
I mean, no offense, but that sounds bizarre when you're telling that story that the girl's like, my husband wants me to get this. I'm going, what the fuck is this?
For social pressure. Right?
You know what I mean? Like, that's mostly a girl thing.
Yeah.
You're right, it is. Like,
yeah. Because girls are, like, terrified of being ostracized socially.
You're being a little bitch, by the way.
Yeah. Like, women psychologically are terrified of being ostracized.
Oh,
they grow up like that. They form packs. Like, all they care about is
better with social media.
Yeah.
And social media, have you guys listened to a lot of books recently?
Yeah.
And like, it's
Space
about social
and
media
Audible Beast.
Yeah, Coddling in the American Mind. Yeah.
You listen to it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you listen to iGen too? Which is, he talks about iGen in it all the time. Anyway, you should listen to iGen also. Same idea, though.
Yeah, yeah.
And the girls are killing themselves at a much more alarming rate.
Yeah.
Than the boys. And kind of the
Dude, they're getting fucked up by this.
They can't separate they can't see Instagram, they can't see social media as a non-reality.
Yeah.
So...
well, there's that, which I agree with you, but it's what they were saying is that boys, when they tease and when they make fun of, it's a more
bonding
physical
thing. Yeah.
It's more physical, right?
Yeah.
So if you're getting teased at school and you come home, you're not being teased anymore. So like you're only getting teased for the 6 hours at school and the hour you're on the bus, right?
Yeah.
But girls, they get teased in their 6 hours, and then they come home. It's people on social media being like, "Oh, you're fat." You'll not like. They still get it because they go on their computers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden those girls are like doing wild stuff to those girls. And that's why the the girl's depression and the girl's suicide is way up. That's her theory.
Yeah.
I think it's Twangy.
We have a name for that. That conglomerate of women, Hoss.
What's the name?
The Pusad.
The Pusad.
Pusad.
Instead of the Mossad, that's the Pusad.
Pusad.
Yeah.
It is. They get together like these clandestine operations to fuck their friends over and fuck their whole world.
You could have a girlfriend and everything be going good, but then if the Pusad goes against you,
you're fucked.
They'll worm their way into her mind.
Yeah, you're immediately the Gaza Strip.
You know?
It's over.
Dude, I mean, I don't get that from women. I don't get their psyche. It just happened to guys.
No.
Like if you get
ball busting is a bonding thing.
It is.
Because as soon as it goes too far, dudes can regulate that. But chicks just they don't have like a healing mechanism. They just push one away and go, we're not friends with them anymore.
Because they never hit the person.
Yeah, right.
Like so it's never in their they never had.
Yeah, there's no finality to the argument.
Where like if you go too far with a dude,
it's
you're
on.
fighting,
Yeah.
right? But like I'm talking about not
fucking hit them
now.
dude.
I'm talking about like as we evolved.
Yeah.
So as we've that's how our personality.
That's thousands of years.
1,000 years of evolution. It's like, hey, guys are gonna be like, hey, you bust balls, and if you go too far, like that's why sometimes you're like, hey, maybe I shouldn't go too far.
Yeah.
Because you have to worry about that consequence. They don't in their little circle of women.
And I think when it comes to this vaccinated stuff and they all get together and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it. Oh yeah, we're gonna do it. It's like it's over.
Yeah.
Because I know so many dudes that I'm like, did you get vaccinated? They're like, yeah, man. I'm like, why?
Straight shooters.
Just like I kind of had to, man. At home. It's like, I got you. I hear you.
That's a sad existence.
Yeah. I mean, you get to sit next to some cheeks, clap them every once in a while. It's not bad. You know what I mean? Would I trade? I'd think about it.
Yeah, the other wild shit is, you see how they came out recently and they were talking shit on the PCR test.
Yeah.
Obviously, it should never have been used ever, but now they're coming out like, oh, I can't differentiate between the flu and COVID. Now they're slow rolling this into having a new test. Who just bought a state-of-the-art testing fucking facility?
Gates and Soros, dude.
Bill Gates and George Soros.
What the fuck does Soros have to do with
What
this?
do you think? We're going to see a new test come out.
Now, this is where I don't like this. You guys gave me this information.
Yes.
I'm not going to say I agree.
Credible source.
I need to find. I'm not going to say yes.
Yes.
But however, I'm going to now go take that nugget you're giving
Yes.
me and say how Alex Jones is it and how Ben Swan is it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what Ben Swan is, but Ben Swan is one of the greatest guys to follow, right? But Alex Jones is also a great guy to follow. But you got to take Alex Jones and then say,
well, you were an OG Jones boy, weren't you?
I still am. Like the dude speaks his truth, which I appreciate.
How long have you been on Jones for?
I still listen to Jones.
I'm saying, how long have you what is
dude,
this?
Jones is like 2005, dude. Like
I mean, dude, Hoss showed me fucking what was it? Ring of Power.
OG stuff.
OG stuff on
look,
YouTube.
Again, Ring of Power was like that was
It's a long time ago, man.
Time ago.
Obviously, dude.
No, Ring of Power was-
infotainment, bro.
I got Ring of Power out and showed it and like wild, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized
Horus.
that's
Jesus.
not that's not true.
Yeah.
But there's nuggets in there though.
Oh yeah.
There's nuggets in there, right?
Yeah.
And then you get those nuggets, you're like, damn, like, man, actually, like, there's something to it.
Yes.
Now, is it really, the Tri-Cities trying to like control the world, London? Like, who knows? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, like, cities themselves are so fucked up that it's hard to believe that it's like a world fucking power all coming together because, like, just on the small level, it's fucked.
Yeah,
So,
but there's
like,
monetary interest that conglomerate like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
but
there definitely
it
is.
seems like snaky as fuck. Like, it doesn't seem like it's like Game of Thrones.
Well, I mean, dude, look at the stuff that they ignore from China because it's such a powerful economic force.
What do we ignore from China?
Like all the shit that they do.
Like what? Like killing the Uyghurs?
No, like the fucking
Intellectual property theft.
yeah, like
this
all
shit.
the stuff they do.
They definitely do that.
Yeah,
'Cause they're but they also line the pockets of politicians all over the place.
yeah.
I agree they do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about China at all though. And if you still look at our per capita GDP per person, right? We're still
Yeah, I know
the highest in the world.
China. Yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying like what I'm trying to say is like whenever there's a lot of money on the table, they look the other way.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. You
Our
know what I
government?
mean? Oh yeah,
100%.
yeah.
I mean, don't think our government's looking out for our interests.
Not at all, dude. That's what when I was getting in a fight with her, she's like, "We just see things different. I think big pharma is good, and that the government has our best interest." And I was like, "Yeah, well, if you're starting there, we're just not even on the same planet."
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like
Yeah,
I don't know how you debate somebody like that.
But what's funny is that same girl, again, I don't know who she was. She probably thought the government didn't have her best interest just a year ago when Donald Trump was president. And it's like, yo, at some point,
his vaccine.
Yeah, he's the one that
Operation Warp Speed, bro.
He warped it out here.
He's the one that got here. I've actually had people that are like pro COVID vaccine people, smart people that are like, man, like that was definitely Trump doing that. Like they gave him credit for that.
Yeah,
Right.
people are like, I mean, all those politicians were on record saying, I'm not taking it if Trump releases it. Week later, after fucking January 6th, whatever gets released, everyone has to take it.
Yes.
Now it's
Kamala
mandated.
Harris is one of those.
We got these people in West Philly with all the signs on their lawn, motherfucking Trump constantly, and now they're going to sit there. Someone spoke up and said something to Spade at CVS. Like, yo, put a mask on. Like a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it was
like,
over.
yo,
I was like, dude, it's over. You're not doing this shit to me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start calling it Trump's vaccine. I'm going to ask them, do you want me to get Trump's vaccine? You got Trump's vaccine? I'll get Trump's vaccine if you want me to.
Yeah.
Are there going to be safe havens, do you think? Where
Things of what?
of the vaccine? It's like, dude, it's rolling out like Bill's saying, New York. You can't go to restaurants. Every business.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It already is.
It's happening.
No.
Yeah.
That motherfucker. Like, I mean, no.
Which one, Cuomo?
No.
He just likes kissing
Cuomo.
girls, dude.
Yeah.
That's how he shows affection.
Don't even get me started on the Cuomo
at least
family.
at least they're not young girls like Biden.
Yeah.
At least they're older girls.
That you know of.
I mean, we haven't heard it.
I mean, Biden parties with older girls too, man.
He does.
Yeah.
But he likes the young ones.
I don't understand why those. I don't know many politicians, but I don't understand like why every single one of those dudes are just hornballs.
We're all hornballs.
I understand that, but dude, to be like grabbing on a fucking 10-year-old girl, that's a different level of horny.
Yeah, it's a pedophile, dude.
Yes, like
that's an itch you can never scratch.
It's weird that there's that many of them that high up.
I agree with that. Like I mean,
like Dennis Haster, that's nuts.
I can't believe that like there are so many pedophiles in this.
And when they get busted, it's fucking terabytes.
It is.
They have mass quantities always.
And you're like, damn, how like
That's why Nasser iced himself.
Yeah.
Remember he put it out for the trash?
Nasser, Larry, did you watch that Athlete X?
No, I didn't.
Athlete A.
Athlete A. It's rugged. This dude was fingering girls in front of their parents.
Yo, again, I was talking to a lady.
I wouldn't even if I heard that. Like in the Malcolm Gladwell book, there's dads like that heard that they were doing I can't remember the fucking name of it, but it's a vaginal massage.
Pelvic floor
massage.
Yes.
If I was a parent and my kid was a gymnast,
the dude who volunteered to be a therapist for the little gymnastics girls,
there's volunteers giving pelvic floor massages. I'm like, bro, what's going on here?
I'm in there with a gun.
Yeah.
It's not going down. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just.
It's like the one dad in the court like almost jumped over the chair, but it's like, dude, where were you?
Late.
Where were you 4 years ago, bro? Yeah.
Looks good on C-SPAN,
Yeah,
dude,
man.
but fuck off.
I still can't believe the numbers of actual like pedophiles there are.
It's insane.
And it's like, man, it's also weird.
It's fucking bizarre.
Fucking so bizarre.
The boobies kicking in on you?
No. It's weird though. It's kind of wild. I also don't get, and again, now I'm going to be painted as crazy. Not crazy, but
do you, man? Whatever.
You're talking to us on
yeah,
a
let's
fucking
go.
podcast.
we're gonna be like obviously the whole tranny thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like
right.
it came out of nowhere, right?
Something
Like
I get behind.
no, it came out of nowhere. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like you knew some like dudes that want to be chicks, and I was like, that dude wants to be a chick, and like nobody really gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it's like you must accept everything that person says is true. Like that was like a fast shift, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like all these people are signing up to be like, yo, I'm tranny. Like it's like, yo, it went from like 0.01% to like 2%.
Yeah.
That's an insane hockey stick, right?
Oh, yeah.
So here's what I don't get though. It's why is it all dudes that want to be chicks, right?
Yeah.
It's not always, bro.
I know it's not always, but in general, it's dudes that want to be chicks. Why the fuck do you want to be a chick?
Oh, so you got me, dude.
I like.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like I want to be a woman.
I don't understand. Like, that shit was going on national news for when, in the grand scheme of things, in the human population, it's such a small amount. Like, it just shouldn't be on the news.
Yeah, because it's nobody.
But they're trying to pump the kids with it. Like, what the? Why? Where the fuck did that come from?
it came out of nowhere, and I'm like,
That was like a hot button issue where it's like you wouldn't give a kid fucking.
No, that's something that these like free thinking lefties do.
That's just bizarre.
Like in their heads, they want to blur all the line, no boundaries, age is a boundary, all that shit.
Yeah, it sounds like a pedophile.
It's wild to me that like all of a sudden people are like, hey, yeah, like let's just say this is common all of a sudden. And you're like, let's not name a kid until they're. I just saw this day. Some woman's like, you shouldn't name your kid until they pick their identity in their own name. Like, what are you talking about?
The confusion. Like,
yeah, I really do think it's like government.
Imagine being a kid being like, I don't have a name yet.
Yeah.
I don't have a name yet. I haven't picked one.
This might be just a divide and conquer thing brought on by who the fuck knows. Because like you could not be scared of China, but if they really do have all these people bought and paid for, and politicians are fucking scumbags, like they're scum of the fucking earth, they could push this shit. Your government could push this shit all day long, and China will just be chilling. Everyone's fucking confused.
I don't even know why we talk about it though.
Who, China?
No, the trans thing. Like,
yeah, it's fucking.
It doesn't bother me because it's fucking. It's so far out in left field. I live in an area with a world of non-passable trannies, and it's like, you know, every time I go to CVS, they're in there getting medication and all kinds of shit, dude. They're on a world of psych meds.
Yes.
They're not okay.
They're fucking
you know what
icing
I mean?
themselves a lot.
Yeah.
It's like I don't wish it on anybody.
Yeah.
I just. Somebody asked me like, "Yo, what happened if you're a kid?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not even going there. Like, I'm not having this conversation. I'm not gonna do a what if on this one. You know, like, it's
you wouldn't even try one.
Try what?
Tranny.
I'm a married.
Passable. I'm saying in a fucking vacuum. If there was one that was like an 8 out of 10 for a chick had a dick, yes or no?
Yeah,
Nah, push came to shove in the physical world, you'd never be able to do it. Presented with a man's body, dude.
No, not a man's body.
It's still a man's body. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was in the
passable ones, man. Like,
if it was in the room, you'd be like, nah, man.
Come on, you've seen some of the passable ones. You've seen it. It's like, you're like, yo, man, like that's a good looking lady.